What's up, y'all? Name's Jordan Davis. Gonna talk to you a little bit about basketball. Just my opinions on the playoffs, drafts, stuff like that. We'll talk about the playoffs, what's been happening lately, just catch y'all up. It was Golden State versus San Antonio in the West Conference Finals, and Cleveland versus Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. Golden State swept, controversial game one. Kawhi Leonard gets hurt. Does San Antonio win that first game if he doesn't get hurt? Who knows, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, he got hurt. And Golden State was able to sweep the series. They're saying it could have been Manu Ginobili's last game. I hope it wasn't, because I like watching him play. He's a very, high IQ player, very heady player, very crafty. And he just knows how to play the game, man. He makes it fun, what I'm saying? So, every year he has 3 or 4 highlights where, he probably dunks something you didn't expect him to dunk, or throws the ball between somebody's legs, either to himself or, as an assist to a teammate. So if he's done, he's had a decorated career. He's won championships, gold medal, which I think is underrated. People forget he got a gold medal, and they beat the U.S. So, if he's gone, salute to him. It's been fun watching the play. Oh, and he brought the Euro step, man. Now you got 7-year-olds trying to do Euro steps. He's an innovator, man. So shout out to Ginobili if that's it, man. But Golden State walked through that series. Golden State looked good. Only thing just kind of stood out to me was Klay Thompson is just kind of a little, he wasn't his normal self, So hopefully he gets back on track, whoever they play in the finals, which probably is going to be Cleveland, probably, But, Curry looked good. Draymond was Draymond. Blocks, steals, points, assists, rebounds, everything. Technicals. KD had a couple of 30 and 10 games, or 25 plus and 10 rebound games. Curry looked good. Curry really looked like MVP Curry. So it's gonna be scary. But Denver versus Cleveland is gonna be a good one. But we get to that. Cleveland and Boston. Boston won without Isaiah Thomas the other night. Game winner 3. Avery Bradley. And first of all, great play. Brad Stevens out the timeout. Screen-to-screener play. 2 people ran with Crowder. Avery Bradley wide open. Followed through. Knocked it down, Shout out to them, because after what they lose by, I don't know what they lost by, but too many points. I don't think too many people expected them to come get a win in Cleveland. So shout out to them, man. And Game 4 is tonight, I believe. And I believe you'll see a totally different LeBron. He had 11 points the other night. He had, bad shooting night. And we kind of take him for granted, when he has a bad game, everybody jumps on him. But when he has a 30-point triple-doubles, we kind of oh, that's just LeBron. That's what he does. So, That's the same energy you use, when he has the 11-point game, you should probably do when he has the 30-point triple-doubles, because, we're, hate to use the word, but, because it's associated with him a lot, but, we're witnessing, LeBron James. He is him. He does what he does. I know we've seen it for so many years, but, when whenever he decides to call it quits, you'll probably be damn, he was, I was seeing something that doesn't come around, every year. On to the draft, man. This is my favorite time of year. Just because, the new blood gets pumped into the NBA. People, they say are going to be stars or superstars that carry a franchise, And, usually they, well, now how it is, they play 1 year at college and, they jump right into the league. So they come into the league. So to save a team or to be, franchise player at 19, 20, that's a lot to ask. But I'm just going to go through each team, what I think they'll do. And this will probably change from episode to episode, but what I think they'll do, who I think they'll pick, who I think they should pick, what I would like them to see to do with the selection, or even if I want them to get rid of the pick. This is just my opinions, If you feel differently, drop me a comment. If you know me personally, shoot me a text. If you don't, if you don't like this video, don't shoot me a text, because, I'm probably not going to respond. But, Boston got the number 1 pick in that deal with, they did with Brooklyn a couple years ago when they gave Brooklyn KG, Pierce, and Jason Terry, I believe. And I think they have their picks next year too. Danny Ainge You know what I'm saying? They should charge him with something because that's it's robbery. You know what I'm saying? He gave away Pearson Garnett at 35 plus. Jason Terry, who's still playing. He was on Milwaukee. Low key, still got still got some fuel in the jet. You know what I'm saying? So shout out JT. But Boston, I think they'll take Fultz. I just don't think they want to deal with the Lonzo Ball, drama, the circus. He's got like how Tim Tebow has the positive circus, like he's a Christian and he's very uplifting and very positive person. How he draws that attention, I think Lonzo Ball's father has brought that upon him in a negative way, though. Like he's gonna have that following, not as big as Tebow, but I think people are gonna follow him to see him fail, and I think that's unfortunate because it's not really his fault; it's his father's, but it is what it is. LA, I think they will take Ball. With Magic Johnson being in charge of basketball operations, basketball decisions, I just don't see how. I think he sees a lot of Lonzo in himself, or a lot of himself in Lonzo Ball, and I don't think he can pass up. He's a hometown kid. He's from the LA area, and I think he's just I think he's gonna take him because I think he's the best chance to put people in the seats. It's LA. It's all about Hollywood, the glitz and the glam, and flashiness and all that. And I think he'll kind of bring that to LA. Not to say that they'll be good, but I think he can put some people in the seats. Philly, I don't think they need to use this pick. I think they need to let it go. I think they need to trade it. I think you need to get somebody that's ready right now. Like I'm saying, you got Simmons, you got Embiid, Sarge had a good year. I just don't see, what do you get at 3 that changes things now? Like, I'll take that back. If something happens and something crazy happens and LA takes Josh Jackson, I think then, you go get Fultz or Ball, whoever they passed on, and I think, you can go from there. I'll go with that. But other than that, I think you need to get somebody that's ready to hoop now. I don't know who's worthy of the 3 pick. I don't know if the Bulls are ready to part with Jimmy Butler, but if you can get Jimmy Butler for the 3 pick, I don't think it's any thought. I think you do it. But if I had to choose somebody for Philly to take, I think it goes 2 ways. If you're gonna let Ben Simmons play point guard, a la LeBron, a la Antetokounmpo from Milwaukee. Probably Jason Tatum. I like the kid out of Duke. I like him. If you're not gonna let him run the point, Fox from Kentucky, maybe. Or if you're just sold that Fox is the 3rd best player in the draft, I think you go there. Monk maybe. Shot the ball pretty well at Kentucky. Scored 20 a game. You can go there. Phoenix at 4. I think that's where you'll see like Josh Jackson, Jason Tatum. They need like a 3. They got Booker at the 2. They got Bledsoe at the 1, who had a really good season on low key, but they lose so much they don't play on TV. You don't really can see them play. And they got that 3 spot is kind of open. TJ Warren was started most of the year and PJ Tucker before they trade him to Toronto, but I think they'll go with a 3. Sacramento at 5. Man, they need a lot of help, but I would love to see them go with a point guard. Just because, man, they haven't had like a steady one. No disrespect to like Derek Collison and Ty Lawson and those guys that have played point there, but they haven't had a steady one since like obviously Mike Bibby, but since Mike Bibby, that Jay Will, Mike Bibby, Chris Webber era, like they haven't had a PG since then. So I would like to see them maybe they can get Fox, maybe they can get like Dennis Smith. Maybe they could get, but Sacramento, they need somebody steady, man. Because a couple of the draft picks, Macklemore hasn't, panned out to what they thought he would be. Stauskas, they got rid of him. Tariq Evans, even back then. Tariq Evans played the point there. He won Rookie of the Year. I'm not sure why they allowed him to walk away, but they haven't had like a draft pick pan out since Tariq Evans and Cousins. So it'd be nice to see them get somebody steady. Orlando. This was a team that was kind of on the brink, when they had Oladipo and Payton and they had that young core, Aaron Gordon. I think they won 30. I don't know how many they won this year. I think they won like 31, but I think they won like 35 games year before this. and they probably went. I don't think they were that far out the playoffs. Maybe like 5-6 games. So they kind of took a step back. New coaching staff. Frank Vogel's head coach now. Six at the sixth pick, you kind of got to take what's best on the board. And with the sixth pick, you're gonna have guards available. You're gonna have Monk's gonna be there probably. Kid from Florida State, he's a forward though, maybe like 3-4. Jonathan Isaac will be there. Because I don't think you need a point. I think Peyton is solid. Think he'll be a little bit better than Rondo was or is. No disrespect to him. Think because he's still playing, but I think he's that mold, defensive guard. Can't really shoot, but get to the basket, really crafty. Sets it up for his teammates. And defensively, he's pretty good. He picks up. Nobody really picks up full in the league, but he meets you at half court, and he's bringing you issues. Like he's not gonna let you dribble to the 3-point line and just do what you want. So I like that. So best player available to me, Minnesota. They got some decisions to make. What do you do with Rubio? Is Zach LaVine going to come back healthy? Because you're 3-4, or if you want to count Towns at 5. I can call him a 5. If you're 3 and 5 are solidified. Wiggins, 20-something this year. Towns, if they win probably 10 more games, is an all-star. Then you're looking at a damn near all-NBA team. Because I think he was like 25 and 12. And I don't even think he's 21 yet, so it's kind of crazy. So if you're letting Rubio walk and LaVine's your point, I think you go. Oh, but you got Chris Dunn. What do you do? What do you do with Chris Dunn? If you're gonna let Rubio walk, I guess Chris Dunn walks in, and then now you're looking at a bench player because you got LaVine at the 2, Wiggins 3, Gorgie Jank 4 because he just signed a big deal or extension or whatever. Towns is locked up for a couple of years, and I think this is where you see Malik Monk go. I think he could fit in there because I don't think they go point guard if you just drafted Chris Dunn a year previously. So yeah, I think he would fit in well there. They're an exciting team, very athletic. I can see him coming off the bench, catching a few lobs, making a 3 here or there. You know what I'm saying? Him and Shabazz Muhammad off the bench might be a nice little wing combo coming in. But I think Shabazz might be a free agent either this year or next. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. But I would like to see Monk go there. The Knicks at 8. I mean, they just need help, man. They just need help. Maybe they take the kid from Arizona, the kid from Finland, the stretch big. Shot the ball pretty well to Arizona. Averaged like 16 and 7. Maybe they take him. But as the Knicks, they just need help now, man. Like they need to figure out what they're gonna do with this whole Melo situation. You know what I'm saying? They need some stability. I don't know if Melo needs to go or if Phil needs to walk. Very much respect to both of them. Melo, Melo's probably gonna finish around, close to 30,000 points. I think he's already over like 23,000 or close to, and he's top 25 scorer all time. So. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend in his own right. You know what I'm saying? Just maybe not as much as Phil because Phil's associated with winning, but Melo definitely has been one of the best scorers in the league for the last 15 years. So I don't know if one of them need to go. Phil, great coach, supposedly great motivator, this and that, but this just isn't working. So somebody's got to go. And then I think think it's obvious you build around Porzingis, but you just got to get the best player available. You got to get the best player in there. So maybe Dennis Smith at 8, point guard if you let Rose walk in free agency. Maybe they keep saying the kid from France. There's a kid from France, point guard over there. His name is Frank, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name because I'm going to butcher it. But kid from over there, he's not even 19 yet, but apparently, very high on his potential. So maybe they go there. But it looks like, no matter what, it looks like they're going to draft a guard. So maybe Dennis Smith, maybe the kid Frank from France, which is funny. Maybe Monk is there. Because I just can't see them drafting a big. They got Porzingis and they got the kid Hernan Gomez, who was surprisingly good this year. some Dennis Smith, the kid from France, and I can't even think any guard. Maybe they take a chance on a Terrence Ferguson, who was supposed to go to Arizona last year, but opted to go play in Australia. Maybe just can't see it though. That's a bit of a stretch for someone who you haven't seen that much in the last year, and I don't think he averaged more than 6 in Australia. But we'll see what happens, man. Dallas at 9. You got Dirk about to, possibly his last year. This is year 20 coming up. If they can keep Nerlens Noel, I think this would be a really good spot for Dennis Smith to go, just because they don't have many options behind him. Yes, Yogi Ferrell came in, had a nice little stretch towards the end of the year, but I think if he comes in, they hand him the keys and say, we're following you. So then you got Dirk, you got Noel, Wes Matthews, Seth Curry had a good year, Dennis Smith there. Then you got some stuff to work with. Not to say they make the playoffs, but I think you become somewhat competitive because your front court with Matthews, Dirk, and Noel. You're gonna get points and points and a little bit of defense out of those positions. So I think you get a point guard that's steady. I think you're competitive but the West is tough, man. The West is tough. Pick number 10, you got Sacramento. Once again, best player available. I think if they take a big at 5, I think they go with a guard at 5. I think they go with a big at 10. Maybe the kid Zach Collins out of Gonzaga. I think he surprised a lot of people this year. One thing I noticed about him, he's got really good. He's got good footwork and he's got a good touch around the rim, right, left hand. Very aggressive too. Like, Like he will try to dunk on you, which is obviously what you want out of a big. So. He played on Gonzaga. They lost the national championship. Averaged 10 and 6, and he came off the bench. So if he goes to BYU, bad example. If he starts on Washington State, you might be looking at 16 and 10. Instead of 10 and 6. So, and he's already. They say he's 7 foot tall, and he looks about 220, 230. So you're already working with a decent body, a decent frame, and a kid who's he's played on the big stage, had a good tournament. So maybe they go there at 10. Another big, maybe the kid from Arizona falls to them, Lauri Markkanen. I'm sorry. Maybe they take him. Maybe Justin Patton from Creighton. He kind of went from a red shirt to a possible lottery pick. Maybe they take him. Very athletic. Another person really good, really nice frame for a big. They say he's 7 foot as well. But I think he might weigh a little bit more than Collins. So, maybe the kid out of Texas, Jared Allen, came into Texas with a lot of height. I think he averaged like 14 and like 9. 13 and 8. I might have boosted his numbers a little bit. But more of a project offensively. Defensively, pretty solid though. And maybe excuse me. Maybe Jonathan Isaac falls a little bit to them at 10. He's more of a 3-4, but he's pretty tall himself. So he blocked a lot of shots at Florida State on the low. I didn't peep that till I started. I watched a couple of their games, and you get caught up in the game sometimes. But when you go back and look at things, like he protected the rim. Not kinda, he did. Now you got Charlotte. We're a little bit disappointing year. We're in the playoffs last year, and they actually played the Heat pretty good. I thought they should have won that series, honestly. But Wade was Wade. Wade struggled a little bit last year, and it's hard to say struggled because he averaged 19. But that's for him. That's struggling. For us, that's we're trying to be an all-star. But he only averaged 19, and in that series he kind of came alive. I think there was a play, could have been the Toronto series, but I thought he actually it was, but I'll finish it anyways. Shot like a floater jumper, maybe like 12 feet away, and followed it, put it back on his own teammate, dunked on Haslam. But yeah, I thought they had a chance to win that Miami series. I just didn't think it. I didn't think Dragic could stay with Kemba, but Whiteside kind of controlled the paint, so that was good for Miami. But yeah, they kind of took a step back. I think this would be a good spot for them. They need to. They don't need a wing, but they do. Like Lamb came on a little bit this year. They owe Batum a hell of a lot of money, but he's a triple double threat. Shoots the three well. But here, I think this is a place you might see like Justin Jackson go, or maybe Luke Kennard, or what's another guard that's around? Maybe they take a chance on Ferguson. Don't think they take a point because they don't really, you're solid with Kemba. If you take a point here, Kemba's going to play 38. So if you want to draft somebody to play 10, if you want to waste a lottery pick on somebody to play 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 14 minutes, be my guest. But I just don't see them taking a point. I think you see a wing here. Like I said, Kennard, Jackson. Maybe they take a shot on the kid from Indiana, OG. Maybe they take him. But yeah, I think they need shooting though. They need somebody that can hit shots. Maybe they get rid of the pick. That's the type of team I would see get rid of the pick, end of the lottery. No immediate need. You know what I'm saying? They've needed a 2 for a while, but I don't know if you're going to get one that low. Unless something crazy happens and Monk falls there. I don't see it. I don't see it. So maybe they need to get rid of that pick. Maybe they need to get rid of that and see what they can do. Because that position's been, a lot of people have played that. Bellinelli, Courtney Lee, they try, they still got Lamb, but they try to get Lamb going. I'm sure I'm missing someone, but yeah, I think they need that too to, if you can get somebody to run with Kemba that could, you know what I'm saying, just, if he's going to score 20 and if you can get 15, 16 out of there, then you're going to get 12 to 15 out of Batum, and then Zeller's going to give you 6 off hustle. And so I can only imagine what's going to happen when Kemba gets to the lane and drops it to him. So now you're looking at another 10 or 12. I think they need that 2, that can shoot. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that they need a CJ McCollum, but they need a McCollum to Walker's Dame, if you get that. You know what I'm saying? Like they need that second. They need Robin. If he's Batman, he needs a sidekick. So I don't know if you get that at what are they, 11? Pick 11, so I don't know. Detroit at 12. I don't know what happened to them. They beat Cleveland. They took a game from Cleveland last year. I know they lost 4-1, but they took a game from Cleveland last year. They looked good. Reggie Jackson looked really good. He's in OKC talking about he wanted more playing time. I think a lot of people were like, come on, man, like chill out. Like it's Russ. You know what I'm saying? But, he went there, he put up some numbers, got them to the playoffs. Drummond was looking good. I think he's just getting better and better. I don't think he'll ever be like someone you can really throw it to and, hey, go get us a bucket, but I think he'll forever be around 15 and 10, 15 and 12. I won't say forever, but a long time. I don't know what they do with this pick. You got Stanley Johnson. You got to re-sign Caldwell Pope. Got Tobias. You got the Morris twin. You got pieces. I don't know what you do with this pick. I think you do select. I don't think you get rid of it just because you're in the lottery for a reason. Pertaining to this team, pertaining to Detroit. But I think this is a backup big would be nice. Even John Lure, he had a good year from Wisconsin. He had a good year for them. I think they got to go big though. I think they got to take either John Collins from Wake Forest, Justin Patton from Creighton, Ivan Rabb. I think people sleep on him just because he's a skinny kid. Like I know he's skinny, but like. Dude, he could have left. He could have been lottery last year in my mind. Like, I didn't think. I was surprised he stayed. That was like, as I think a lot of these dudes do need a second year, but the money's calling, so you gotta take it. But I think people are kind of sleep on him. Like, yeah, he's not. He might only weigh like 210, 215, but you know what I'm saying? Like he did. He was a double this year. I know they won it. What game? They won a game they weren't supposed to win. I think it was like at USC, at Southern Cal. He kind of led them down the stretch, like, and they really were throwing it to us, like, "Hey, big fella, we need one." So that was surprising. Maybe TJ Leaf. TJ Leaf had a really good year. active big. Good hands. A little bit of a jump shot. Didn't shoot the. I didn't see him shoot too many threes at UCLA, but free throw line jumper. Keep him honest. I think he has that decent touch. Kid out of Germany, Isaiah Hartenstein. Saw him play a little bit, just highlights and stuff. Nobody looks bad in highlights, but lefty big. Looked like he had a good stroke. You know what I'm saying? From the jump shot wise. Pause. And it'd be interesting if they take him just because Stan Van Gundy really big on like spreading the floor and shooting the three. He was the architect of that whole late 2000. I won't say late 2000. Yeah, late 2000. Early 2010, 09, 08, 07. Putting all those guys around Dwight Howard. So you kind of got your Dwight Howard and Drummond, and he put Turkoglu and what's his name, Rashard Lewis around him. People that could shoot. Jameer Nelson could shoot. Courtney Lee, young cat coming in the league, he could shoot a little bit. And I think you kind of have that. You got Caldwell can shoot. Reggie Jackson, he keep you honest. The Morris twin, every now and then, and Tobias Harris can shoot the three as well. I think that's what he's trying to do. So I wouldn't be surprised if he took the kid out of Germany, even though he's like probably a 5. Who's got the next pick? Got my little list here. Denver, good core already. You got Jokic is out here looking like he's about to be the next, great big. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say great, but you know what I'm saying? Just as far as, he's doing what Draymond Green does from the 5, as a true 5. Draymond Green's, he plays a 5, but he's like 6'7". Like this dude, he's doing, triple doubles. Had some amazing passes this year. He had a couple crazy stat lines, like 20 plus points, 13 plus rebounds, like 11 assists. He's had a couple of those games. So they got a good nucleus. Gary Harris, Moutier, they took early. Trying to think who else they got on the team. They still got Fareed. He plays hard as hell. Don't think people really respect him as they should because he's, as far as coming out of Morehead State, I'm sure most people that play there, you're probably not supposed to be in the league. So he's definitely earning his way. This pick, it's one of those situations, best player available. Another wing would be good just in case. What's my man's name? Will Sabino? Not Will Bono. What's his name? I can see his face. Damn, totally forgot. Unless Will leaves, Will the Thrill Barton. Will Barton, that's his name. Unless if he leaves, you got to get a wing to replace that. So maybe Justin Jackson from Carolina, Luke Kennard if he's there, Terrence Ferguson. I mean, they took Moutier and he played a year over there. Moutier had way better numbers, but maybe they take him. And maybe what's my man's name? I'm sorry, I'm looking at it right now. And what's my man's name? Oh, Donovan Mitchell out of Louisville. I think he said he's staying in the draft. I don't think he's going to pull out. But maybe they go there, just another athletic wing player. In case Barton decides to, bolt for the money. Miami, I'm going to say this. I don't know what they need. I mean, I think we can come up with an idea. I don't know what's going to take them like over the top. I think they need to keep what they got going right now. But Pat Riley is going to find a way to he going to pick somebody, whoever he picks here, and I guarantee all the analysts are going to be like, oh, man, great fit, hard worker. Like, they're going to pick that type of dude. So insert whoever you want to. Miami's going to make a good pick. I could, what I'm saying? I don't got much money, but I'll put a little money on that. Portland, they need a big, man. They need a big. Somebody that's going to play defense. Maybe Jared Allen, Justin Patton. I know I've been saying some of these same names over and over. The kid from UCLA, I know it would be a reach to take him at 15. Ike, I can't say his last name, but he protected the rim, man. Very active, very athletic, and he already looks like he, low-key has an NBA body, so maybe they take him. Ivan Rabb, but I think you could. They have the 20th pick as well, so I think they could probably take him, later. Maybe the kid, the Isaiah kid, Hartenstein out of Germany. Maybe they take him. 16 Chicago, man. Where do I start? They need somebody that can shoot the ball. I think if they can get Luke Kennard here, that'd be really good. I wouldn't be surprised if they took a chance on Terrence Ferguson just because he can shoot the ball. You know, what kind of put him on the map was he went to the USA Summit where they play against like the world team, and I think he hit like 7 threes, and that's like the record. So he obviously can shoot the ball, and that's in the Trailblazers arena to the Rose Garden. So he he did on the NBA court, NBA rims. So maybe they take a gamble. Oh, he's very athletic as well. So maybe they take a chance on him because I mean they definitely got to keep their starting five: Rondo, Wade, Butler. I'm guessing Portis if you want to throw him there. Lopez, Mirotic. I feel like they're done with him. So I don't think he's part of their long-term plan, especially with Portis playing well, down the stretch. But yeah, they need somebody to shoot the ball, man. Like that's kind of been their downfall the last few years. And that 2 position, if you're gonna call Jimmy Butler threes, kind of hurt too. Outside of Wade, you had like Keith Bogans was there, Hamilton on the back end of his career, and I know this is way back, but it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. So they definitely needed 2. They definitely need somebody that could pump that 3 ball in. So Milwaukee, they confuse me every year. Every year I think they need a guard. They take a big. They lucked out with Giannis. They got Giannis at the 15th pick. And I think if you redo that draft, I think he goes 1 every time. I don't remember who went 1 in his draft, but I think he goes 1. Was that the Bennett draft? Well, if that's Bennett's draft, he definitely goes 1. But I forget. But I think he's a top 2 selection no matter what if you redo that draft. They struck gold with him. They took Maker at 10 last year. Played a lot down the stretch. Had a lot of big blocks down in the playoff series against Toronto. Shot the 3 okay. So if they really need a guard, man. Like they got Malcolm Brogdon. I think they traded for him or they drafted him at like 45 last year. That worked out. But they need a guard, man, because I know they let Adekunle bring the ball down a lot, but there's a lot of times where you need a point to just grab the ball, say, come on, okay, guys, let's get into this. You know what I'm saying? And they don't really have it right now. So if they could get somebody at this pick, which I'm not sure if they can, that would be great. But I don't know. But for a team that played so well, and I thought they were going to beat Toronto when they were up 2-1, and they beat them game 1, and then game 3 they won by like 25. I thought they would definitely go to the second round because I wanted to see them in Cleveland because their length gives a lot of people problems. I think you get rid of the pick if you can get another guard, maybe Delly and the pick for I don't know so-and-so or Delly and the pick for another pick and maybe go sign like a George Hill or Jeff T. That might be pricey, but you know what I'm saying, you're trying to win. Pacers, I don't think there's anything they can pick. There's anything. I don't want to make them sound like property, but any player they can pick right here that's going to make Paul George stay. So just got to pick the best person available. You got Miles Turner. They're probably going to lock him up after next year when his deal's up, or I'm sure they're going to pick up his 4th-year option. They're going to throw him a lot of money. But like I said, I don't think there's anything you do that gets Paul George to stay. It's unfortunate, but Atlanta, I think you got to take it big. I think Dwight's on his way out. So if you can kind of develop somebody, this would be a good spot for like a Justin Patton or maybe the Isaiah Hartenstein kid. That'd be nice. But yeah, man, I just that's 19. I got one more. I'll do a couple more because I know I got y'all testing. If y'all made it this far, you solid. But Portland, like I said earlier, maybe they can get Ivan Rabb here. They need a big regardless. Thunder, gotta get somebody that can shoot the ball, man. If you're gonna play that way and just have Russ do pick and roll the whole game, or Russ, break down his man every time, or try to make a play every time, you gotta get somebody that can shoot the ball. And I think it's gonna be a guard or some type of wing because I think they're gonna let Roberson walk, man. Just he's having trouble shooting the ball, so I just don't think they keep him. And then Brooklyn, this is my last one. You gotta find something here. You gotta find something with some value. They could probably take a chance on Ferguson. Take another chance on maybe like Bam Adebayo out of Kentucky. Take a chance on maybe Harry Giles, who I think should have stayed a year or two because he didn't play that well. Or TJ Leaf. I can see TJ Leaf going there. But Brooklyn, you gotta do something so your pick that you're giving Boston next year isn't another top 3 selection. Because if you keep helping, and it hurts because they're in the East, so you're gonna have to, whoever they pick, you're gonna have to see this person. Like, if all goes how I think so, you're gonna see Markelle Fultz 4 times. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be like, damn, that could have been us. At the time it was a great trade, but it seemed like a great trade. But it is. Whoever they pick, you're gonna have to play against this person 4 times a year. 3 times a year. So it's just gonna keep hurting you. So maybe if you could fight your way and maybe get the 9th pick this year. Now Boston got the 9th pick. Now Boston doesn't have somebody that might give you 25, even though they might sell at the 9th pick. Got to pick the best person available. 22, I think you can take a chance on Terrence Ferguson. You know what I'm saying? Just because you need somebody to put the ball in the basket. Like I said, Giles, maybe Adebayo. Maybe if he stays, and this is big if, let me live. If the Hamidou Diallo kid, the kid that went to Kentucky mid-year, stays, and they take a chance on him, maybe. I mean, why not? At 22, you really don't have. I mean, I know why not, just because you don't really have. There's not too much information outside of high school basketball, but this might be the spot to take a chance. So if Thon Maker can get away with it at 10, playing against kids in Canada. No disrespect, kids in Canada, but high school basketball in Canada, I think you can do it against a kid who's played pretty high-level basketball. And he practiced with Kentucky the last 4 months of the year while they went to the Elite Eight, I believe. So I think you can maybe take a chance there. But yeah, that's my last pick, man. I appreciate it. I don't know what you want to call this podcast, video blog, blah, blah, blah. Just want to get my opinions and see what you guys think. All right, man. Be easy. Or you can listen to this J. Cole.